I have exactly 2 weeks to decide whether I should accept a salary of 50,000 Vietnamese dongs per hour just to eat, go out, and have drinks with a man. It sounds like something out of a romance novel, but the more I think about it, the more uneasy I feel. I work at a cafe. My job is pretty ordinary. When it is busy, I take orders, serve drinks, clear tables, and barely have time to take a sip of water. When it is quiet, I stand around watching every minute crawl by. A little over a month ago, a rather unusual customer started coming to the cafe. He was handsome, neatly dressed, and looked intelligent. He was not flashy, did not show off expensive brands, and never tried too hard to attract attention. He was the kind of person who sat alone with a laptop, ordered one coffee, and worked quietly for hours. At first, I did not pay much attention to him. We had plenty of regular customers like that. But he came almost every day, usually during the exact hours I was working. One day, when the cafe was quiet, he asked me a few questions. "How long have you been working here?" I answered casually. "Quite a while." Then he asked where I was from, whether I lived far away, and if the work was tiring. His questions felt natural. He was not nosy, and he never made me uncomfortable, so I talked to him a little. That was how I learned that he was from Minh Binh, 25 years old, and worked in media. His job involved advertising bookings, brand campaigns, and content creation. He said most of his work was done on a computer. His head was always full of numbers, ideas, and appointments, so every day he liked to spend 1 or 2 hours working outside at a cafe. Staying at home all day makes me feel trapped. Here, with people moving around and talking, I can focus better. I believed him. I thought he simply liked the atmosphere and had become a regular customer. Gradually, whenever I brought him his drink, he would ask me a few more questions. "Has the cafe been busy today? Have you eaten lunch? Does standing all day make your feet hurt?" Once, he ordered an extra cake, but did not touch it. Before leaving, he told me, "I ordered too much. You can have it. It would be a waste to throw it away." When I refused, he simply left it on the table. Another time, he heard me coughing. The next day, he brought a packet of throat lozenges and said one of his clients had given him too many, so he was sharing them with me. Everything he did felt measured. He was never overly intimate. He never touched me, asked for my phone number, or sent messages to bother me. Because of that, I never felt the need to be too cautious around him. The other women at work started teasing me. "Your favorite customer is here again." I laughed. He's the cafe's customer, not mine. But honestly, I knew he was paying attention to me. A man who came every day, always chose the table closest to the counter, and kept looking in my direction was probably not there by coincidence. Then, 1 week ago, he came in during the afternoon. The cafe was quiet. Instead of opening his laptop, he called me over. He asked, "Do you know why I chose this cafe?" I assumed he was going to say it was quiet, so I answered, "No." He did not explain. Instead, he asked another question. "How much do you earn per hour here?" I hesitated. Salary is a private matter, and I did not want to tell him the exact amount, so I gave him a rough figure. "About $30,000 per hour." He looked at me for a moment. "How many hours are in one shift?" I was starting to feel confused, but I still answered. He nodded, seemed to calculate something in his head, and then said calmly, "From now on, I will pay you $50,000 per hour. Your only job is to eat, go out, and have drinks with me. I can pay you daily or monthly. You can choose." I froze for several seconds. I thought I had misheard him. Why would you do that? He remained completely calm, as though he were discussing business. "Because I like you. I chose this cafe because I like you. I did not just appear here and start talking to you for no reason." I was so surprised that I almost laughed. "Are you confessing your feelings to me?" He leaned back in his chair, looked at me, and said, "Think about it. I will give you 2 weeks." I did not know what to say. What? He immediately replied, "No more what. Just think about it seriously. I am not forcing you." Then he opened his laptop and started working, as if the conversation had been completely normal. Meanwhile, I spent the rest of the afternoon walking around in a daze. I had been flirted with before. Men had asked for my number, invited me to dinner, suggested watching a movie, or tried to get to know me. Those things were normal. But this was the first time a man had offered to pay me for spending time with him. He did not ask me to become his girlfriend. He did not even call it dating. He only said we would eat, go out, have drinks, and calculate the payment by the hour. If I looked at it like a job, $50,000 per hour was not a huge amount. But if I spent 4 or 5 hours with him in a day, I would earn more than I did during a full shift at the cafe. I would not have to carry trays or clean tables. I would only have to eat, talk, and keep him company. It sounded like I had nothing to lose. But maybe that was exactly why I felt nervous. If a man genuinely liked a woman, why not just ask her out normally? Why turn her time into something with an hourly price? Did he think I was poor and could be persuaded with money? Was he afraid of rejection, so he turned romance into a transaction? Even if I did not like him, perhaps he assumed I would still spend time with him if he paid me. For the past week, he has continued coming to the cafe. He has not mentioned the money too often, and he has not pressured me for an answer. He behaves almost exactly as he did before, except that he seems even more attentive. "How was your day? Have you eaten? When you finish work, should I wait and take you out for dinner?" Sometimes I tell him I cannot go because I need to get home early. He simply nods. "All right, another day then." He never gets angry, sulks, or embarrasses me in front of anyone. One evening, he stayed until almost the end of my shift. When I changed clothes and walked outside, he was still standing across the street. I asked, "You have not gone home yet?" He replied, "I was waiting to see if you wanted dinner, but if you feel uncomfortable, that is fine. I can call a car to take you home." I refused. He did not argue. He just waited until I got into the car before turning away. To be honest, I do not have a boyfriend. I am not someone who has never felt attracted to a man either. A man who is handsome, successful, polite, and knows when to show concern will naturally make me feel something. The women at work heard about his proposal and immediately divided into 2 groups. One of them said, "Accept it. He must really like you if he is willing to spend money. Besides, he gave you a choice. He is not forcing you." Another one warned me, "Be careful. Nobody pays someone to go out for no reason. What happens if he demands something later? He might say he already paid for you." I told my best friend, and she asked me one question. "If he did not offer you money, would you still want to go out with him?" I said nothing, because the truth was, I would. But without the money, I still did not know how much I actually liked him. I was curious about him. I had a good impression of him. I liked being cared for. My friend asked again, "If you already want to spend time with him, why not tell him you will go but refuse the money?" I had thought about that too, but part of me felt reluctant to give up the money. I work all day because I need an income. Now someone is offering to pay me more just for spending time with him? Is it wrong to admit that the offer is tempting? It may sound practical, even greedy, but everyone needs money. I once asked him, "Do you not think paying me like this is strange?" He answered, "I am only paying for your time. Normally, you spend your time working because you need an income. If I want you to spend that time with me instead, I should compensate you. What is wrong with that?" I asked, "What if I still do not like you afterward?" He said, "That is fine. I am giving myself a chance for you to know me better. Whether you like me or not is still your choice." His explanation sounded logical, but I kept asking, "Do you expect anything else from me?" He looked directly at me. "Not now. Just eating, going out, and talking. Anything else would have to be something we both wanted. I am not buying you. The sentence, I am not buying you, should have reassured me. Instead, it made me think even more. If he had never thought of this as buying and selling, why did he introduce money into the relationship in the first place? Yesterday, before leaving, he placed a small envelope on the counter. I immediately asked, "What is this?" He answered, "Payment for the time you spent talking to me after work the other day." That day, I had only sat with him for about an hour because the cafe had lost power and I could not leave immediately. We talked about everything: family, work, and past relationships. I had never agreed to his proposal. I had not thought of that conversation as work. I pushed the envelope back toward him. I have not agreed to anything. He refused to take it. I already told you, your time has value. Keep it. It has nothing to do with whatever answer you give me later. I insisted that I would not accept it. In the end, he took the envelope back, but before leaving, he reminded me, 1 week left. Now I truly do not know what to do. If I reject him, I might miss the chance to be with a good man, simply because his way of expressing affection is unusual.
If I agree to go out with him but refuse the money, I worry that I will look like the one chasing after him. If I agree and accept the payment, I am afraid the relationship will never feel normal. Every meal, every date, every touch, and every kind word will make me wonder whether it is real affection or simply part of what he paid for. He is handsome, educated, thoughtful, practical, financially stable, and apparently kind. He has never rushed me, never pressured me, and has given me time to choose. But maybe that is exactly what scares me. He seems almost too perfect. I have exactly 1 week left to give him an answer. Is this a real-life romance? An awkward way for an overly rational man to pursue someone? Or the beginning of a relationship where I will be the one who gets hurt? And even though I refused the envelope yesterday, I still remember the exact amount inside. It was 350,000 Vietnamese dongs, the equivalent of 7 hours, even though I had spent less than 1 hour talking to him.
Nếu bạn yêu thích những câu chuyện đời thật, những tâm sự sâu sắc về tình yêu, hôn nhân, gia đình và bài học cuộc sống, hãy nhấn đăng ký kênh, like, chia sẻ và để lại bình luận bên dưới để cùng lan tỏa những câu chuyện ý nghĩa đến nhiều người hơn. Sự ủng hộ của bạn chính là động lực để tâm sự đời thật tiếp tục kể thêm nhiều câu chuyện chân thật, cảm xúc và đáng suy ngẫm mỗi ngày. Cảm ơn bạn đã lắng nghe và đồng hành cùng kênh.